On People Now, Duane Chapman, Dog the Bounty Hunter, is here with an update on his life now after the passing of his beloved wife, Beth.
Also today,
I have to drop my kids off at school.
Kelly Clarkson is ready to launch her new talk show, but she's making it clear she's always a mom first in her People cover story.
The CMA Award nominations are in. We'll break down the top stars set to be honored for country's biggest night.
NSYNC star Lance Bass reacting to Taylor Swift getting political.
Newlyweds Chris and Krystal join us to break down everything we saw last night on their big Bachelor in Paradise wedding. It's all today, live on People Now. Happy Wednesday, everyone. Welcome to People Now. Great to see you.
Yeah.
Super excited because Duane Dog Chapman is joining us live a little later in the show.
Yeah, and we know Dogs fans love him just as much as we do. So before we sit down with him, we want to hear from you. What do you want to know from the legendary bounty hunter? Tweet us your questions with the hashtag PeopleNow, and he might answer yours on the show.
We're going to welcome him to the show in just a bit, but for now, here's what you need to know and what's trending for today. Kelly Clarkson is getting ready for the launch of her very own daytime talk show, but the most important job in her life is being mom to her and her husband Brandon Blackstock's 4 young kids. When it comes to making time for them, the easygoing star has no problem putting her foot down. Clarkson graces this week's cover of People and opens up about everything from her tough childhood to her busy life now, launching NBC's syndicated Kelly Clarkson show, staying true to herself and putting family first above all else. Watch this.
You know, when we were doing the schedule for the show, I was like, I have to drop my kids off at school. Like, I don't want somebody dropping them off. And especially my little 5-year-old, it's her first time to start school. So I don't want to miss that. And so we're starting right after I drop them off and go straight to work. And then we have a very packed schedule. And then after that, sometimes I'm doing The Voice and other things. But I love it. You know, when we do a really good job, we have a great team. Like, my nanny will bring our kids, like, up to us, like, if we're working, and we get to see them and hang with them. And I'm always the one that puts them to bed. So it's good, but, you know, it's like any working parent. You know, you just have to prioritize and juggle and make people know it's an important thing, and you have to fit it in. And don't feel guilty about it.
I like that she's setting that up right from the beginning. And later in the show, guys, we're taking a closer look at the secret health scare that Clarkson faced on live TV earlier this year. Wild story. Stick around for that. Now watch this.
I mean, was it a surprise? Are you shocked? Are you
Well, my
elated?
knees just started wobbling just now, so.
And she's sweating right now.
Well, yeah, because I'm wearing leather. Yeah.
Ashley McBride looking cool, calm, and collected on Good Morning America Wednesday. She picked up her very first CMA Award nomination for New Artist of the Year. She and Jimmy Allen, who we love, were on hand to announce some of the major CMA Awards categories. Let's break down the big ones here for Album of the Year. We've got all the usual suspects. Thomas Rhett's album, Center Point Road, Cry Pretty from Carrie Underwood, Dan and Shay by Dan and Shay, Eric Church's Desperate Man, and Girl by Maren Morris. Now, joining Ashley to vie for New Artist of the Year are Cody Johnson, Midland, Morgan Wallen, and Carly Pierce. Pierce posted the best Instagram after nominations were announced. Her fiance, fellow country star Michael Ray. Yeah, Michael Ray there interrupted her in the middle of making breakfast Wednesday morning, breaking the big news. In the video, we can see Pierce running, jumping around the room, shouting, "What?" And in the post, it's better when she does it. In the post caption, she writes in part, "Y'all, I am flipping out. CMA Awards, here we come," before adding in parentheses, "I definitely burned the eggs." I think it's worth burning the eggs to celebrate there. Moving on from the newbies to the veterans, up for Entertainer of the Year are some of our all-time faves. You've got Garth Brooks, Eric Church, Chris Stapleton, Keith Urban, and Carrie Underwood. Who are you most excited for?
Ooh, Carrie for sure.
Yeah, that's the sole lady there in that category,
I know.
right? This year, Underwood will also continue her run hosting the CMAs alongside special guests Reba McEntire and Dolly Parton. Super exciting, but it also marks the first time in over a decade that Brad Paisley will not be co-hosting with Carrie Underwood. But there's no drama here, everybody. Paisley tweeted just last week, "As a fan of all 3 of these amazing women, I can't wait to watch. Neither can we." You can catch the CMA Awards when they air live Wednesday, November 13th on ABC. All right, baby Stormi finally making a red carpet debut. Parents Kylie Jenner and Travis Scott, they brought their 18-month-old daughter to the premiere of the rapper's Netflix documentary. It's called Travis Scott, Look Mom, I Can Fly. This was in Santa Monica on Tuesday. Such a sweet moment. Scott was seen giving his daughter kisses on the cheek while Jenner proudly held her baby girl. And Stormi was red carpet ready, just like her parents, wearing a green and brown pattern onesie paired with sneakers. Super cute, very adorable. As for Travis, he wore a brown suit while Kylie opted for a strappy white dress. Strappy is the best word I can come up with, I guess. Travis's documentary will give viewers a look into his life and his rise to stardom, starting from his childhood days to him becoming a dad last year. The trailer for the doc includes home footage clips of Travis as a child, video from his Super Bowl halftime performance, clips of Kylie and baby Stormi, who also recently embarked on another trip earlier this month. Actually looks really amazing. The family went on a luxurious European getaway for Kylie's 22nd birthday. While on the trip, Kylie shared several sweet moments with her daughter. One showed Stormi twinning with her mommy in a beautiful blue dress. Kylie also shared a sweet father-daughter moment between Travis and Stormi while the family took a boat ride along the coastline. Looks very dreamy. I mean, this looked relaxing, nice vacay. Prior to that trip, there was some speculation that the two might get married during that getaway trip after Kylie was spotted boarding a private plane with what looked like a wedding dress to some. A source later confirmed to People the couple were not planning to tie the knot. However, a source told People last month that they are definitely thinking about taking the next step in their relationship. They said, quote, Kylie's very happy with her life. She and Travis are discussing marriage. The source then added, everyone thinks Kylie will be pregnant with her second baby soon. They're trying. Kylie loves being a mom and can't wait to give Stormi a sibling. So we'll kind of keep you posted on that.
I like that
Keep
someone
tabs.
saw her with a white dress and then thought, oh, they're getting married.
That's it. All right, you've got more for us in Star Trek.
Yes, we are kicking off Star Trek today with a tropical wedding fit for a bachelorette. 2 years after falling in love on national television, Rachel Lindsay and Brian Abasolo wed in an intimate ceremony overlooking the Caribbean Sea. The Miami-based couple who got engaged during the show's season finale married on Saturday in an island chic rooftop wedding planned by Michael Russo Events at the Royalton Suites in Cancun, Mexico. Well, we sat down with them right before their I-dos, where they revealed how wedding planning really put everything into perspective. Take a look.
I've always felt engaged, but when we decided to get married, that's when things become more real, because we started actually taking steps to plan the wedding. So that's when things become real. Bachelorette parties, bridal showers,
maybe when you got
picking out dresses.
The wedding planner.
Yeah, when I got,
probably-
that's it. When I got Mikey,
It's official.
that's when it became official. That's so true.
I love them. They did start their relationship in a pretty unconventional way, so it makes sense that wedding planning makes it all feel real. Of course, several Bachelor alums like Kevin Wendt, Astrid Locke, Christina Schulman, and Alex Bordiakov were among the 182 guests. Now, moments before his bride walked down the aisle, Brian reminisced about how waiting at the altar reminded him of how he waited for a date with Rachel during her season of The Bachelorette, saying, I was nervous leading up to the ceremony, but when I saw Rachel, I was at peace. This beautiful angel was walking toward me, and I thought, oh my God, that is my wife. So precious. Rachel looked so lovely in a Randy Rom wedding gown, which she paired with some gorgeous Christian Louis Vuittons. I mean, girl, look at those shoes. Yeah, I love those. Brian rocked a classic suit by Alex Masuka, such the Prince Charming. Rachel admits that the ceremony was a blur, saying all she thought was remember your vows and don't lose it. But Brian almost did. He says, I lost my breath for a second when she was reciting her vows, but I kept it together. The couple did exchange wedding bands designed by, you guessed it, Bachelor go-to, Neil Lane. Look at them there. And Rachel eventually switched out of her skirt and into shorts later on in the evening, which went well with the Mexican heat. It was pretty hot. She says the pastor was sweating like crazy in the 90-degree temps, but the couple prepared for it and kept their I-dos short and sweet, as they should be. After the ceremony, all the guests were treated to a sit-down al fresco dinner before they hit up the dance floor. The couple's first dance was to Maxwell's Fortunate, and then they turned it up for the rest of the night, up until 2 a.m. in fact. This group can party. I think that's how all weddings should go, right? Just party into the night.
Right,
yeah, stay up late. The couple's wedding cake was gorgeous. It was vanilla, Oreo, and chocolate dulce de leche. Yum. Even sweeter, though, how Brian talks about his bride. He says, quote, Rachel is the yin to my yang. We just meshed together so well. Well, the Newlyweds are currently honeymooning in Greece. Rachel is looking forward to saying husband all the time, and she's also taking his last name. And last but not least, babies might be in the near future. The bride suggesting sooner rather than later. Well, cheers to the happy couple. For more of Rachel and Brian's wedding, check out People on Newsstands Friday, and you can watch the full special on PeopleTV. All right, moving on to this. Taylor Swift is in full force and taking no prisoners. Over the weekend, The Guardian released an in-depth interview with the singer where she sounds off on everything from from Trump's presidency to the allegations against Harvey Weinstein to lawmakers pushing an abortion ban in her home state of Tennessee. But through all of this noise, Taylor has found a rock in her boyfriend, Joe Alwyn, who she's kept a private relationship with for almost 3 years now. Now, Taylor is choosing to keep her relationship with the 28-year-old British actor out of the public, but a source tells people that Joe's personality is great for Taylor. The source says this, quote, "He's very calm and always very supportive. He's sympathetic and understanding and supports her speaking out about things that she doesn't agree with." Adding, "There's something refreshing and different about their relationship. Joe makes Taylor very happy, and it's hard to picture her not spending the rest of her life with him." The source also adding, her family loves him and they both agree to keep things quiet. She's, quote, "the happiest she's ever been," which is great to hear. Now, as for the Scooter Braun drama, a source close to Taylor tells people that she is still upset after Braun purchased her music for $300 million and that Taylor finds it all so wrong. Taylor is now fighting back by re-recording her earlier albums to regain control. Now, she's been very outspoken lately on important issues. In her Guardian interview, she spoke on Trump, saying, quote, "We're a democracy, at least we're supposed to be, where you're allowed to disagree, dissent, debate." Telling The Guardian, quote, "I really think that he thinks this is an autocracy." Taylor's latest stands come after she took a step back from the public eye following a self-described apocalyptic summer back in 2016. Well, we are very happy to see her back in her element, and we're happy she has Joe to support her. All right, watch this. It's the song you can't get out of your head. That was Zara Larsson's new single, All the Time. And after sitting down with her, we want her here all the time, especially Jeremy does. You were a little starstruck, Jeremy.
I've been listening to the music, and honestly, I wasn't even aware that some of the songs I love were hers.
Yeah.
So it was like, whoa, I'm really pumped to have her
She's super
here.
down to earth. She's super talented. Now, Zara hosted the red carpet during Monday night's VMAs. Well, she sat down with us to talk about Monday night's fashion, including her very dreamy dress, plus her favorite interview of the night. Watch this.
With the red carpet, I wanted something that looked very, like, not over the top, but a bit more than I usually do, because I feel like sometimes I dress quite, like, simple on the red carpet, and I wanted, like, a princess moment. And, yeah, I feel like I really had that. But then we also matched it with a natural hair and a little natural makeup. But I felt so beautiful, and I wish I could just walk around like that every day.
Did you have a favorite outfit of the night?
I actually really liked Cardi B's. I thought Taylor looked nice.
Who were you most excited to meet? Was it
I was really excited to meet J Balvin and Bad Bunny. And they were, in my opinion, probably my favorite interview, because they were so, like, easygoing, and we just have a little laugh. And Bad Bunny, he mostly speaks Spanish, but we were still, like, talking about the Latin music and how it's taken over the world completely, and how it's so cool because I don't speak Spanish, even though I took it for like 6 years in school. I don't speak Spanish, but I still really connect with that music.
Love her. We'll have more of Zara Larsson soon, so make sure you watch out for that. And those are your Star Tracks for today.
All right, guys, stay with us. We're going to be joined live by Duane Dog Chapman. We'll get a family update and talk about the new season of Dogs Most Wanted. Plus, we watched Bachelor Nation couple Chris and Krystal get married on last night's Bachelor in Paradise. Huge event. We're going to hear from them on all the romance and all that wedding drama that was going on the entire time. We'll break it all down next. All right, Kelly Clarkson, not only getting ready to launch her new daytime talk show, she's also this week's People cover star. She's opening up about everything from life as a busy mom, her tough childhood, and staying true to herself.
Yeah, the star is even getting candid about a painful health scare that she had on live TV. This is after she hosted the Billboard Music Awards in May with a burst appendix.
Yeah, wild that she went through this. Fans may remember Clarkson's impressive feat at the BBMAs. She decided to continue to go through with her hosting duties, even with a burst appendix, because she, quote, didn't want to leave people hanging, and then had to undergo emergency surgery right after the show. Very scary. Doctors were standing by. She performed several numbers, and then she says that she was in so much pain.
Now, Clarkson healed quickly and was back on screen just a week later. So impressive, filming live shows for The Voice. But the superstar singer reveals that's when pain struck again. Watch this.
And a week later, Blake was talking to me, and all of a sudden, like, everything he said just went away, and I had to grab his arm, and I was like, something is wrong. And then the cameras were on, and I was like, so apparently I had like a giant cyst explode on my ovaries, which has never happened in my life. No. And that was more painful than the appendicitis.
She has such a good attitude about it now.
Yeah, right?
Right? I mean, at the time, she was terrified it was a complication or issue with the appendicitis. I can't imagine.
So Clarkson says all is well now. Good to hear. And while her ordeal may be enough to discourage someone else from doing live TV, Clarkson more sure of herself now than ever before heading into the premiere of her talk show. Watch this.
I think because of coming from Idol, like being on stage like that, on that kind of stage and that setting so early on was really helpful for me because I don't get nervous at stuff like that. Like that stuff doesn't even faze me. It's almost oddly uncomfortable with it. Like it's weird. Yeah. But I think because I don't mind me. And I'm aware that not everybody's gonna like me. You know what I'm saying? Well, I don't like everyone, so I know everybody's not gonna like me. Like, you know, so I don't know. I think once you wrap your head around that, your ego goes out the door and you just are comfortable in your skin. And I love being an example for that, so.
I think that's important for everyone to remember. Not everyone is going to like you. You're not everyone's cup of tea. Clarkson also hopes to use her platform as a way to encourage people to embrace their natural beauty.
One show though, I do want to do it with like no makeup and hair and like just like chill, and because I feel like it's really important for girls especially and guys, because I have boys too, but it's important to know that I just feel like girls, we always feel like we should be painted and sucked in and and you feel like it's like mandatory sometimes, and I don't want my girls to ever feel like that, and I don't want, you know, kids that always come up to me, they're like, oh my God, I love this. And I'm like, yeah, but look at me, like that's different. This picture has definitely been altered. Like, I didn't tell them to do it, but they did it. And I just want you to know that this is what normal looks like, you know?
She is so great. Can't wait for the show. And for more on Kelly Clarkson's journey, pick up this week's issue of People on newsstands Friday. The Kelly Clarkson Show premieres Monday, September 9th.
All right, in this week's People, we are taking a closer look at the 30-year friendship between Jennie Garth and Tori Spelling as they open up about the 90210 reboot and always being there for each other.
Spelling tells People that the two have, quote, found so much strength from the challenges that they've been through and have stuck together through love and loss.
Garth also opens up about her marriage to Dave Abrams, and how separating for 10 months saved their marriage because it gave them both time to grow. Garth revealing why, despite needing to work some things out, the two are perfect for each other.
We just rushed it too much, and we had some things individual that we needed to learn and work out. And but in retrospect, like, he makes me laugh. He keeps me young and fun, and he makes me laugh. And I realized that that's the most important thing to me, is because I can be very serious. I can go to, you know, moody, dark places, but he keeps me light, and he keeps me like someone you want to be around, basically.
I actually think it's great how they handled this. They actually did give each other some space to kind of grow and go through what they needed to go through.
Now, Spelling says she also had to fight for her marriage. Looking back now, she sees the upside to all of it.
The best thing about that situation is I found my voice, and he didn't take away my voice. I took away my voice, and I realized that, you know, I had a voice and I could communicate, and we weren't communicating and we didn't know. And I had this like thought of this fairy tale marriage. I started to idealize this relationship that he couldn't live up to, I couldn't live up to, no couple could. So yeah, I am really proud that I made that choice, because I never fell out of love with him.
That she found her voice again and that she fought for what she believed in.
Yeah, definitely worked out for the best. The two are back in the Beverly Hills 90210 reboot. They are smacking down all those reports about diva behavior on set. Watch this.
As soon as the announcement got made about the show coming back, like, the story started again about feuding and diva behavior, and it's like, ooh, what?
Right away.
One story, like,
we hadn't even done any press for the show or anything. We were actually in our offices working with the writing staff, putting the show together. And there were stories that we were being difficult to work with and firing writers and all kinds of things.
Well, it said lead actresses, plural.
And my argument was,
like,
have you ever read a story where it says the two lead males are acting a certain way? And so when I read that, I remember being really like, ouch, it's because we're women, and it's because we're what they think we are from what we used to be. They don't know us now, and they don't appreciate what we're doing here. And it was just like, they're gonna try to put us back in that box.
Chris, you may kiss your bride. my pleasure to present to you for the first time as husband and wife, Mr. and Mrs. Chris and Krystal Randone.
What a special moment to witness on Tuesday night's episode of Bachelor in Paradise. Here to talk about it via Skype, it's the Newlyweds themselves. Please welcome Chris Randone and Krystal Nielsen. Welcome.
Thank you guys. What's going on?
Great to see you guys. All right, how's married life? I know it's been, what, a couple months now since that was taped.
Yeah, it's been incredible, actually. I mean, there have been so many great breakthroughs over the last couple months that this wedding has just really solidified our relationship even more.
Oh, what kind of breakthroughs? What do you mean?
I would say just personal breakthroughs that allowed us to kind of come closer together as a team, and being a teammate and really understanding the importance of always making sure you have each other's back.
Yeah, I think specifically is what really brought us together was day 2 in Paradise when Chris and I were at the pool and we started talking about how we grew up with single moms and our dads weren't a part of that picture. And as we went through this engagement and the wedding planning process, definitely some of those wounds, if you will, were brought up to surface because, you know, our dads weren't there. Mm-hmm. And we realized just how much that has impacted us throughout our entire life and how with us wanting to start a family in the near future, how important it is for us to take the time to really develop and strengthen our relationship and who we are individually and bring that into the marriage.
That's wonderful. Yeah, let's go back to your wedding day. So I'm sure there are many, but can you share one moment that particularly stands out to you? Krystal, let's start with you.
I would say walking down the aisle felt really symbolic because what you didn't see was Chris forgot to get mic'd, and so I stood behind that curtain for 7 minutes by myself, having no idea what's going on. And in that 7 minutes, I ended up just saying probably like 17 prayers, going through a meditation. And so when I walked out, I was so present, so calm, so focused, just so incredibly just glowing and so proud to just be walking into my future, which was, you know, my husband in front of me.
Yeah, Krystal, I have to say, you're obviously a beautiful woman, but you looked so stunning. The dress, the makeup. How did you feel? Did you feel like, okay, they really nailed it with this look?
Yeah, I felt so beautiful. And, you know, I actually tried on 26 dresses for this day.
Wow.
And I ended up opting for something a little more simple that I just gotta feel like me. And I felt like I was seen in that. And so I was just so grateful.
26 dresses. Chris, did you just go with the first tux you put on?
I did, actually.
Of course, me too. Yeah. And Chris, I remember I have that moment when I first saw my wife at our wedding coming down the aisle in her dress. I will never forget that moment that I first saw her. What went through your mind when you first saw Krystal walking down the aisle?
Man, I tell you, I felt such an array of emotions. I was happy. I was sad because I was just so finally happy to see this moment, her moment for what she's been through. And she looked incredibly stunning. I think the best way to put it was I was in a state of shock and I didn't know how I would react, but clearly those tears could not be held back. And I was incredibly happy to know that I was the man at the altar waiting for my wife to walk down.
Yeah. They're so sweet. It's wedding season for Bachelor Nation. Ashley Iaconetti, Jared Haben, they recently tied the knot. Rachel Lindsay, Brian, of course, they said their I do's over the weekend. Were you guys at any of those weddings? What was the deal there?
We were at Ashley and Jared's wedding. Yeah, we went and celebrated them, and they were just, it was beautiful. We were so happy to be a part of that experience. And you know, we rooted for Rachel and Brian from afar.
It is kind of cool, though, to see how many amazing couples have come out of the franchise. Now, it wouldn't be a Bachelor in Paradise episode without a little bit of drama.
Or a lot of drama.
Yeah, so after the ceremony, tensions were high between current Bachelor in Paradise castmates John Paul Jones and Derek. So in the moment when that was all going on, what did you make of that?
So we weren't actually out there at the cocktail party after the reception, or the ceremony, excuse me. So, but my mom told me at the dinner party that there was an issue that happened. And I was like, oh, like, I don't even know what this means. I was like, well, I'm not going to be able to understand it till we watch it back. So I kind of knew something was going on. But I mean, clearly, as you guys know, I mean, you got to have the common sense that at any wedding, you know, you don't want to take it away from the bride and the groom. Mm-hmm. And it was weird because that confrontation, it made no sense. There was just, there was nothing to lead us to believe of these issues throughout the entire season. So it was kind of like a complete fabrication that came to surface. And we're still confused.
Yeah, watching the footage back, how did that moment change the tone of the wedding? Are you able to kind of forget about it, even though it was dramatic?
I would say this, like when we came out of the ceremony and finally got to come out to that area, the fight had just happened, and all of our close friends and family and guests came out to us and told us what was going on. So it was definitely changed the tone of the wedding. It just made it honestly made me really sad because I was really excited to meet John Paul Jones because he seemed so fun and playful, and just that behavior is super inappropriate. So we were anticipating on how it would play out watching the wedding.
Yeah.
And, you know, we were so grateful to have our wedding shown and celebrated, but it also was kind of sad to have our big moment sandwiched between John Paul Jones.
I gotta be honest, with the people that were there was so much potential for things to go even worse. So I think you got away with kind of like, okay, that's manageable drama.
At a wedding, you know, like leave it for after the wedding.
So you two, you met and obviously fell in love on Paradise. What advice do you have for anyone currently looking for love on Bachelor in Paradise?
I think the first thing would be don't go to Stagecoach. Clearly that messes up a lot of potential. I think the second thing is going into Paradise, don't try to hang out with anyone prior. Don't try to message anyone. Let that surprise factor play a role, because I think that allows a whole extra level to this show and to the potential that can really take place in Paradise. And I think that also for those who maybe get engaged this summer is it's a two-way street. You both have to put in the work to make something blossom and grow. If not, it's going to be kind of one outweighing the other, and it's going to crumble.
Yeah, and I would say this, it's so important that as you go into a show that's all about love and like there's this outcome of to find your person, and if you don't find it, it's okay, because maybe that's just not the moment. And what we found on our journey was that we required, you know, work on ourselves before we were actually even in a space to allow love to flow for us and to bring us together. And so you don't need another person to make you feel happy, loved, worthy. You don't need anyone's validation. You first have to find it within yourself to be in that space to be able to give love and receive it.
That's such good advice, to work on yourself first. Before we let you go, first comes love, then comes marriage, then comes a baby. I don't know, that's what they say. Can we expect a little Rando Nielsen in the near future?
I would say maybe 2020, that'll definitely be a huge thing that'll probably take place in our lives. For the rest of the year, we're going to continue this growth and development we have individually to make us the strongest unit possible. And then we're hoping that that will allow us to make such incredible, beautiful babies.
You guys,
2020 is pretty close. So
are you eye to eye on like number of kids and like how large the family should be?
Definitely.
We're rooting for twins.
Well, she's a twin. She's a twin, and I have twins that run in my family. So we're hoping that combined creates these beautiful twins. Boy and a girl, that'd be great to knock it out right there.
Just done.
Hope you get it.
Hey guys, I will say this: I think you have raised the Bachelor in Paradise franchise to a new level. It seems like what you have is so genuine, and so as fans of the show, thank you for doing that. Chris and Krystal, thank you also for chatting with us. Congratulations, guys, on the marriage, and everyone watching, be sure to check out Bachelor in Paradise, of course, every Monday and Tuesday at 8 p.m. on ABC. All right, former NSYNC band member Lance Bass is partnering with TJ Maxx for a new initiative helping women feel their best and embrace their individuality. One woman who Lance believes has really grown into her own and is using her voice for good, Taylor Swift. He had some pretty kind words for the superstar. Take a listen.
I love everything Taylor Swift does. She's definitely always evolving. I love what she's evolved in this last year. Very, conscious, and I think that's amazing, because I know as an artist it's scary to, show a side or get into politics at all. I mean, no one wants to hear that, but I think now more than ever, it's nice to hear someone's opinion.
With Scooter Braun acquiring her music catalog, what do you make of that move?
I think it's brilliant. I definitely don't fault Scooter for buying that label. I mean, that was a great buy. But I can see why Taylor would be like, man, I want to own those songs. So I think it's brilliant for her to go in, re-record all of it. It gives us something cool to listen to, and I want to hear what that sounds like this many years later.
I love that he's so supportive of her,
Absolutely,
right?
yeah.
At the VMAs Monday night, Taylor used her platform to urge equality. So many other artists have been vocal in promoting change as well. But is it fair to expect artists to get political? Here's what Lance had to say about that.
It's not fair to think that an artist has to stand up for something. Sometimes people just want to have their art speak for itself and not get into or offend their fan base. Being, a person that unfortunately has to be political, I mean, I think coming out is, you just are political, it's just part of, the world these days. But I understand what it feels like to, when you do speak about something, I mean, a lot of hate comes with it when you do pick a side. I mean, but that's with everything. Even if you like the Green Bay Packers over the saying
anything that you express an opinion about.
Especially now.
It's like, oh, the sky's blue. No, it's not. It's light blue. So, anything you say, you're going to have a lot of hate out there. So I can understand why people are like, I'm not going to say anything. I'm just going to perform and let you like my music.
Yeah. He has such an experienced perspective when it comes to this stuff, and Lance also chatted with us about something that shocked a lot of people. On an episode of Watch What Happens Live, Lance revealed that he came out to Britney Spears on the night of her notorious Vegas wedding to Jason Alexander so many years ago. Lance told us how that entire exchange went down.
I knew that I, always wanted to come out to Britney because that was the time where I was finally telling friends because I had met someone, I was starting to date a guy, and discovering who I was, and I wasn't scared to start telling my inner circle. So when I went up to Vegas and, was with her during that first wedding, it was a funny night where, a lot of people think it's funny just to go get married on a whim. And once she realized what she had done, she knew it was going to be hell the next day. She was very upset and started crying. And it just seemed like the moment to kind of change the subject as much as I could. So I was like, well, I'm gay. And
that'll change the subject pretty quick.
It made her stop crying, and she started laughing. She thought it was so funny. I'm sure she knew. But yeah, so that stopped it for a little bit.
Yeah.
Did you tell anyone else at that time? Was she one of the first people you told?
She was definitely one of the first people. I mean, obviously my boyfriend knew.
Right.
Yeah.
And I think Joey knew at that point.
He was the only one.
He was the only one because we had just talked about it just a couple of months earlier than that because we were at my house in Orlando and my boyfriend was sitting on my lap as I'm on the computer, and that looks a little intimate for sure as just a friend. So Joey walks in, he's like, oh, I'm sorry. I'm like, surprise. It's like I give a damn. I'm like,
right.
Yeah, okay. Yeah.
I love those throwback stories.
Yeah.
Now, Lance and Britney go way back. So with all that's been going on in Britney's life, with news of her taking a break from her Vegas residency, Lance revealed how she's doing. Watch this.
I have not spoken to her in a few months, but I mean, I know she's great. I mean, I obviously follow her on her social media. It's so sad that we feel like we're keeping up with our friends through social media, but I do feel like I know what's going on in her life. I know she's probably happy to have a little break from Vegas a little bit, and she's such a great mom. So I mean, I love seeing her with her kids.
All right, so speaking of kids, Lance is hoping to expand his own family with his husband, Michael Turchin. He's been open about the couple's struggles with surrogacy, and Lance shared how they've been dealing with that tough journey to parenthood.
There's a lot of walls that you hit. I mean, we've been working about 1.5 years on creating our family, and we've gone through 7 donors, and it gets frustrating. And then there's a point where you're like, well, maybe the universe doesn't want me to have kids. I mean, my whole life you have this dream of starting a family. And then you're like, I mean, is this just not meant to be? But we're still going through it. I do think it's meant for us. It's in the cards, and I hope in the next, very soon I can be able to announce something very positive, and I'm hoping for 2020 babies.
There you go. Is adoption something that's in the cards?
Oh yeah, we definitely love the idea of adopting, and months ago I was like, maybe let's just stop. Let's just adopt. But regardless, we will adopt. I mean, our next one will definitely be an adoption, and I think it's so important.
Yeah, I imagine it's very stressful having, all these attempts and these failures and still trying, and I know you're close. Has it brought you and your husband closer in a way?
It has. No, it has. Going through something, especially a huge life moment like that, it does bond you. It just puts you on a different level of a relationship. It's beyond being in love with him. You're this partner now, and you're creating this life that now it's no longer about yourselves. It's no longer about you as a couple. It's about someone else. And that selflessness, I can't wait to feel what that feels like.
Yeah, wishing them the best in that journey. Now, we'll have more from our interview with Lance Bass on People Now tomorrow. He's spilling the tea on all those Vanderpump Rules rumors and why he was telling Lisa Vanderpump to leave Real Housewives long before her controversial departure. So stay tuned for all of that.
I don't want to be that person that's laying in that bed. I don't want to be that person. If I'm gonna die, I'm gonna die in my boots. Oh my God. I mean, you know, look, I can laugh about it today, but I can assure you I will be crying about it tomorrow. Because today, I have to catch somebody.
Duane Dog, the bounty hunter Chapman, and his late wife Beth are back in Dogs Most Wanted. In this new series, the Chapman family travels across the country to track down a curated list of dogs most wanted.
Viewers also get to see the family's most difficult fight yet as their beloved matriarch Beth Chapman bravely battles cancer before her passing. Duane Dog, the bounty hunter Chapman, joins us now to talk about the new series and much more. Thank you for being here.
Thank you for having me.
It's great to talk to you. First of all, condolences to you, of course, on the passing of your wife. It's something that we've tracked along with very closely here at People. We put out a call to our fans to ask if they wanted to ask you something. Everyone overwhelmingly wants to know how you're doing, how you're making it day to day.
I don't have an answer yet for that. I'm just, trying to man up.
Yeah, has there been anything that you've been doing that has helped a little bit the day-to-day?
Music, I think, and being not alone with friends and family helps a lot.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And seeing such a huge outpouring of support from fans, I mean, the response has just been incredible, even from our perspective watching. From your perspective, seeing the fans really come out, what has that meant to you?
Well, she had 30 million hits, over 30 million hits on her articles. That's like unbelievable. That's unbelievable. So that means a lot. Your fans keep you going, keep you alive, keep you happy, are your friends that you meet. So that helped her a lot too with the battle. And now it's helping me with this battle.
Mm-hmm. And now the tagline for the show is "This time it's personal." We know that ties into her battle with cancer. Talk to me about choosing that title and that tagline.
Well, you figure out ways to die. And you think, okay, this guy attempted murder. I don't like him. He's got red hair. No, something about him you don't like, right? Mm-hmm. And you go in there. Okay, this time ain't much about red hair. It's like, this is how she'd want it. I have a lot, where mercy is shown, mercy is given. I have a lot of mercy. But she's not here anymore. So this is going to be Dog Without Beth. Mm-hmm. And she always told him, you better be lucky I'm with him. You're lucky I'm here with him, because he's a maniac. Mm-hmm. And I am a good guy. I'm a good guy. And an all-around slayer of dragons. I'm going slaying, brother. Sister.
Yeah.
When you look back at that, we were just, seeing you watch that clip of her there at the top. You kind of giggled as you heard some of her comments there. You can tell it obviously resonates with you. You know her in the moments, behind the moments. As you watch back, how difficult is it for you?
Well, she's not dead when she's there. She's not dead anyway, but she's moi sleeping, Hawaii, moi. But you can see her. I like that. Mm-hmm. I wouldn't leave it running 24/7 in my house because she'd haunt me.
Yeah, right.
Because those shots where they're losing her hair, I can't believe she showed that. Mm-hmm. Because my daughter comes and says, "Cameraman, come in. They're going to show you." And I'm like, "What are you going to do?" "I'm going to show them." I'm like, "Are you out of your mind?" I won't.
Yeah, but I think, was it important to her to show those
Yes,
moments?
very important to her, obviously.
Yeah.
Because they couldn't pay her enough to show her to do that unless she said it's okay. Yeah. If Beth said it's okay, it's okay. They don't follow us in the bedroom or the bathroom. The rest they can have. And I was very astounded that she let them do that stuff.
Yeah.
I'm like, whoa.
Well, this was the last time, obviously, you got to work with her shooting a show together. Is it therapeutic at all to relive it?
Well, the show doesn't come out till Wednesday, next Wednesday. So usually Dorsey Films Bonnie and Clyde production. We're Bonnie and Clyde production. Right. So we take the first cut and we look at it and we give notes and then they start from there. I have not looked at none of these shows. I looked at the first show a little bit, but I couldn't, at that time, I wasn't able to handle it. So when everyone sees it Wednesday, I get to see it.
First time.
First time. So to answer your question, I don't have the answer yet. You know what I mean?
Will you watch with the family, or would that be something you want to do alone?
No, I got kids. You know, so my kids are coming, and my friends will be there. You know, my close friends will all watch. I'll probably go in and out of the room a lot, but yeah, I want to see it.
Yeah.
You told our producer that Beth actually came up with the idea for the show. Talk to me about how she proposed this and why she wanted to up the stakes for this show.
Well, we've been on TV for 15 years, okay? And without one of these mics on, we're unemployed. It's like you guys. Right? They put a mic on, we're getting a check, right? So that's basically what it was. And we would like arrest some of the greatest stuff, right? Oh, like angels from heaven stuff. And we like, damn, where's the camera at? You know, why didn't we get it? So we just had to have that because we're like together with that. And it's a habit that we had. So where's the camera? So she said, I'm gonna get, you know, she had beef with the last network. And she said, honey, I know that they fired us because of me. But what I'm gonna do is, Big Daddy, I'm gonna get you to the show. And you're famous, but you can make yourself a legend. I'm gonna get you another show, Big Daddy. And she did it. Another network and another production company. So that's what was her idea. And that's what I mean, I was there too. Hey, it's me, dog.
Yeah.
I was there too. I told her sit there and look sexy. I was the brain.
But she was the strong powerhouse that was making things happen.
Beauty and the Beast.
Well, when it, you know, this time around, the stakes are a bit higher, right? You're going after violent criminals, people that have committed violent crimes.
Yes.
How does that change the tone of what you're doing and what fans are going to encounter in the show?
Well, everybody nowadays doesn't like the criminal that sexual assaults kids, or the guy that beats his old lady or anyone else's sister or brother or mother up. These guys here would have killed their mother. They're like, you're like where there's a vile criminal and then there's a guy that made a mistake or an error. These are vile criminals. They're not getting a reconnaissance bond and a slap on the wrist for car theft. They're going to the big house, the penitentiary. That's where I'm needed now. You know, it's like, now that I've convinced myself I'm so good, I am. I can't help it. I apologize for being the best.
No need to apologize, right?
But you know what I mean? I don't feel like I'm the best. I tell other people in my business, I'm very sorry I found the guy. You know, sorry, FBI agent, we got him, yeah. Sorry, brother.
I'm the best at what I do, right.
But so then let's go after the worst, right? And that's what she said. Big Daddy, you need them really badasses. Oh, yeah. Right?
Yeah.
Because my kids are now, my grandkids are over 21, and they're like, they're like little pit bulls. No, they are got the blood. It's unbelievable. They're like, you ought to see them, and they won't hurt them, but they're gonna get them, okay? And it's, to me, I just, you know, have a great, big, huge heart. And to see that kind of stuff, your son, and I saw my sons grow up and do it, and now I'm seeing the grandkids and granddaughters grow up and do it. I am like, oh my God, you know.
And Dogs Most Wanted, we get to see more of the family than maybe we've seen in the past. How did that kind of change? How does that change the dynamic of the show and your experience doing the show?
Well, I think that America loves family things, and whether they do or don't. I love a big family. I have 12 children. They used to say, when we go in a restaurant, the whole bottle of ketchup was gone. We didn't take it.
So many people, right?
No, we'd laugh and go, you have a couple more things of that mayo. Because as the kids passed it around, they use the whole thing. Yeah. I love that, right?
Yeah.
And they'd say, oh, look at, but your kids are very well-minded, right? So I love the big family, and I love doing things together and being dad and grandpa and Uncle Dog, and you know, it's in my blood to have that, right? I could never probably be alone.
How are those kids all coping with the loss?
Each one copes differently. There's a few that really barely making it, okay? But we don't know what to do. We haven't read, we weren't prepared. We didn't because I lost my mother first. And when my mom passed away, I'm like, I wish Dad would have died first, because I love my mommy. So then I went to them and said, I'm so sorry that I didn't die first and Mom did. And they're like, yeah, Dad, why? So I was like, oh my God, I know what that feels like. I should have been the one. The guy goes first. So that's hard for them to, and I guess I'm the softie of the group because I never wanted to punish. So I said, your mom's going to get you if you don't do that, right? And so now I got to be the one that does that. And I don't like that.
Yeah.
And they don't either.
I imagine with Beth gone, it does feel like there's this role missing. Are the kids stepping up? I mean, how is the family life going?
Well, it's not been that long. They're helping cook, because Beth was a fantastic cook. She said, leave me one recipe. I'm doing their laundry and stuff.
Yeah.
I'm vacuuming, making my own bed. So I don't want to lie, they ain't doing nothing. They're kids.
Yeah.
They're your age, you guys.
Yeah.
Well, they it's just Dad's there. He can do it.
Yeah. Yeah, well, I would imagine, look, in your position, it's kind of like you're no stranger to the spotlight. And even as tragic things and difficult things happen, there are always headlines about every move you make, right? There were, you talking about Beth here, obviously, that's someone that you will always love. That goes without saying.
Yes.
There are rumors and headlines made about the possibility of you dating again and things like that.
Well, I probably will do that. And I told her that.
Yeah.
And what deal we said is I will never take Beth off my chest. I have a name here. And I will never get married. And she said to me, we're human, okay? And probably the same thing I'd say to her. Yeah, I know you're gonna have a boyfriend, I hope you have 10, but don't frickin' marry one and say those words. Don't you dare do that. I would say that. So she did say that to me. So, and my kids are, I'm trying to break, do you see that girl? Dad, don't look, Mom would hate you. And I'm like, well, your mom, I'm trying to tell them, I don't know what, I can't rant one, you guys. I don't know what to say, right?
Right.
So, but right now they're like, Dad.
Well, but also nice that you had that conversation. You can move forward with a very clear conscience about knowing what she expected.
Right, unless she haunts me.
Do you believe in hauntings?
Oh, I used to. I do. If you don't, you're foolish because how many people have, really seen that kind of stuff? Me, I entertained one angel for sure one time, okay? And the Bible says, beware, you may be entertaining angels. And I probably see one a month where they'll come up and usually in a lady form, in the bag lady, right? Yeah. And say something, or I want you to know right now. Stuff like that. I just seen one at Kinko's where the lady, was in line and let everybody in front of her. I won't go into it, but, David was there and I said, wait till that lady comes out. She never came out. I went back in to find her and she was never there.
Wild things are happening over here.
No, but the clerk saw her.
Yeah.
So is it a possibility Beth would visit me? She could talk so good. I'm sure she's talking to God. Please, let me just kiss him. But I don't know what I would do. It's hard to stay alive right now because your mate is there. I have dreams she's in heaven watering the garden. I go up, I tease her, I sneak up on her a lot. I'm Apache, she could never sneak up on me. So I'd sneak up and go, poof, right? And she turned around and goes, dang. Didn't say damn, she's in heaven. Dang, Big Daddy, what took you so long?
Yeah.
Shit, what do I say? Oh, shit, because you can't kill yourself, you might go to hell. So you can't, it's like, oh my God. So I said to her, I don't know. And I woke up.
Wow.
So you never know, and we'll close with this, can we?
Yeah, sure.
The fear of dying's gone.
For you?
Yep, gone. Not being stupid, suicidal, but the fear, just don't show it on national television, please. Just put lacrosse and goodbye doggy and da-da-da.
And let that be that.
Not like, this is like, You saw the first 2 shows, right?
Yeah.
Are they good for your demographic? I'm glad you like that.
Yeah,
Loved
no.
it. Yeah, absolutely. No, it's thrilling. It truly is. It's
Yeah.
thrilling to watch what you do.
There's also some really powerful moments, and I think it's great.
One final thing before we go. We saw that this caught our eye. We saw that you posted a photo, you were with Chuck Norris over the weekend.
Yes.
What was going on with there? What's a conversation with Dog the Bounty Hunter and Chuck Norris look like?
Well, there he is, too, yeah. I've met him before. I took karate and all that. But I met him years ago, okay? And his wife is gorgeous, too. My kids are all there. David, yeah, oh, yeah. It was, how you doing? Stay alive. Sorry about Beth. Love you, brother. Next. Because he's in and out really quick. I mean, it is Chuck Norris.
Yeah, it's Chuck Norris, right.
And last thing, we mentioned that we had tweeted out asking for questions from your fans. You have such an amazing fan base. So let's take a look at some of these questions really quick. Looks like, does Dog have any advice for any women with a dream of being a bondsman, fugitive recovery agent? If so, what would it be?
It would be leave that, don't do that, go to the FBI.
Okay.
They get real checks where you get paid. Benefits, all that. Bounty hunting is almost pretty soon when we're gone. I think it's gone.
I think it's pretty cool, though, watching this show that the women get really fired up and are badasses. So I think it's really cool. Yeah.
Can you imagine like somebody coming at you and you know he's going to hurt you and you pop him with a taser? No, we don't kill him, okay?
Mm-hmm.
But wouldn't you like to tase somebody?
Oh, yeah. If someone's coming after me, absolutely.
Yeah, whether a big, stupid idiot guy and you know he's going to hurt you and you whop you and he's
take him down.
Yeah, you like that.
We got another tweet here, another question from a fan, I believe. Will you be writing a new book?
I'm thinking about it very much because I wrote 2. Okay, I wrote 1, hit #1 on the New York Times bestseller. I was like, what does that mean? No, I had no idea what that is.
It's very good.
Yeah, it turns out it's a big deal. It's kind of a big deal.
Bro.
Yeah.
My agent's like, well, that means like you're cool.
Yeah, you're cool.
I said, well,
checks are coming in.
Let's write another one. Oh, the check already got there.
Okay.
Oh no, they don't matter. Listen to this. #1 bestseller. Your book drops in half. It may automatically you get it for half price because it's #1.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
I go, where are they?
Gotta keep writing these so we can
yeah,
keep
right.
it going.
That don't happen in movies.
Yeah, all right.
All right, last one. We have another tweet. Are you going to do a next season after this?
It's up to you fans.
Mm-hmm.
Come on, Dog Pound.
You're up for it, if they are.
Oh, I got 5 years left and I passed the baton after that. So in 5 years, we can shoot a show every week. That's a lot of shows. Or we were 9 seasons at A&E, 347 shows. That we did about, 60 at CMT, but we weren't a little bit of country and a lot of rock and roll. But I think 5 years and that's it. I'm buy a motorhome and go fishing and
do your thing.
Yeah.
Do my thing and
we look forward to a lot more. Sorry. No, ladies, there you go.
Thank you.
Thank you. It's great to talk
you
to
guys, you can catch Dog's Most Wanted when it premieres September 4th at 9 p.m. Eastern on WGN America.
What is one thing, I like it so far. I could be whimsical and poetical, but the real answer is
that I can't live without my asthmatic inhaler.
My appetite to learn more.
Right.
I don't leave home without.
I have a question. When you saw Sebastian shirtless in the gym, your thought was what?
I get very scared on rides, so what's the one, the haunted house one where it drops? What is your favorite ride, Duane?
Pirates of the Caribbean is always fun. Because
It's pronounced Caribbean.
Caribbean. Caribbean, where I'm from. That's how we say it on the streets.
I bring my dog. I bring my dog to set always.
It's a cute dog.
I'm gonna need one. Real cute dog.
Alice Munro short stories and a bottle of vodka.
Oh, Lord.
The 2 things I kept are secret, but they're very,
great and cool, and they're in a very safe location.
Sword fighting skills, definitely. Yeah, I hope that they can all wield a sword after this, you know, safely. But yeah, that's what I want.
I can't even wield a butter knife right.
It's okay, I'll show you how.
I made a bunt cake the other day.
How did you cut it?
It looked like a neck pillow.
Oh.
Yum. I feel like the fun thing about craft service is that there's like chips and stuff that you've never heard of.
Eating a lot of seaweed crisps.
I like to binge at the craft service in front of people like Chris Hemsworth, who can't, you know, are on strict diets.
And I'm like, oh, I'm not gonna eat it today. I'm gonna be healthy. And then you're there 16 hours later and you're like, gorgeous. It's like, oh, there are chocolate covered macaroons. I need those. Or else I'll die.
He does start talking like that.
Yeah, and I talk like that.
What? I don't even know what we're talking about anymore. No clue what's going on.
All right, well, as much as it hurts to admit this, summer is almost over. Fall is on the way.
Okay,
everybody.
but technically we still have till September 23rd.
There's a little time.
But it is, fall is around the corner. There is a silver lining, fall fashion. From cozy sweaters and edgy outerwear, fall is the best season to express yourself with your clothes and accessories.
Today, we've got some of the top trends to watch out for this fall. It's all brought to you by Old Navy. All right, first up, if you only pick up one new basic, this is it. White sneakers. They can be dressed up or down. And the whole case in point, Jay-Z, gallery opening, A-list event.
Yep.
Guys, Jay-Z can do whatever he wants, and he can do it in those white shoes. Just meeting up with some friends in a tracksuit. There's a white sneaker out there for every single mood.
Or you can take a page from John Legend's playbook. He starts with a refined look, adds white sneakers, and there you go. Put together without trying too hard. You don't want to be a tryhard. But it's not just for the boys. Look how many different kinds of white sneakers Hailey Bieber owns. They look especially on trend, paired with white or beige tones on top.
You could even make it a couples thing like Joe Jonas and Sophie Turner did when they gave us the total matchy-matchy vibes in Paris. Very chic there, looking good.
All right, next up, we all know there's nothing like hitting the gym in a brand new workout outfit. And for fall, the more colorful, the better. Gabrielle Union knows what's up. She posted this lower body workout to Instagram. You can't be in a bad mood wearing that bright blue top and leggings, right?
And working out, feeling good. Britney Spears always posting her workouts in bold sports bras and sneakers to match. We love the dedication there. And we can't move on without a little shout out to the ultimate gym goals, Jennifer Lopez. J-Lo's personality, so vibrant in and out of the gym, it only makes sense that her activewear is bold too.
Finally, if you're looking to take a simple silhouette to the next level this fall, try a polo. So we've got David Beckham giving this look a try. He's the perfect mix of polished and relaxed in this dark polo and textured blazer, taking in a women's World Cup match with his daughter Harper.
I love this look, and dialing it way up are Armie Hammer and Jamie Foxx. They paired their polos with patterned blazers for a dressed up vibe. Single-breasted, double-breasted, doesn't matter. This is one sharp look. Also, fun fact, today is Armie's 33rd birthday.
Okay, happy birthday to him, and he's looking great. Last but not least, check out Jeff Goldblum. Here he is going casual with a zip polo under a quirky trench, serving up tons of personality.
As he always does. We'll be bringing you even more fall trends Friday on People Now. And coming up tomorrow, guys, we're joined live by country superstar Trisha Yearwood. Her new album, Every Girl, is coming out. There are some pretty amazing collaborations in this we've got to talk about.
Plus, we're recapping all of this week's Real Housewives drama in case you missed it. Thanks for watching. For now, we leave you with one last thing from The Office's Angela Kinsey and a very adorable special guest. Bye.
Bye, guys.
Hi, I'm Angela Kinsey, and this is One Last Thing. The last vacation I took was to Hawaii. It was amazing. The last girls' night out I had dinner with Jenna Fisher, and we got appetizers, and I had a glass of wine. What's up, photobomb? The last song stuck in my head, oh my gosh, that shark song, because my kids are dancing to it on the trampoline. It's like, baby shark, a dick, a dick, a dick, 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 dick. You know it. It'll get stuck in your head. Enjoy.
Baby shark,